Hey people, it's I better check. I think it's Friday. Yeah, I needed to check. It's Friday, the 10th of February. We're just moving right along. Cheers, everyone. Say, Ghost and Bell, don't freak out. On your, you might have gotten accidentally deleted when I deleted a comment regarding my mouth. I can't help my mouth. So people are so rude, and like I said, it's so funny how I'll state something and then someone comes proves what I'm saying is true. The more your public um, persona grows, the more you deal with mediocre people. Shit. And interestingly, it's like people can't wait to hear from me. It's like, I'm getting folks yesterday. Burt Bacharach died. Burt Bacharach died. Yeah, man. Folks, come on now. Okay. Do you feel me? I'm at home. I'm not a news reporter. I talk about things that mean something to me, okay? Don't come over here making demands on me because I'll get shitty. I will. I'm a human being, okay? I'm not trying to be politically correct. I'm just being me, okay? Fuck that political correct bullshit, okay? So, yes, I'm affected, or Burt Bacharach as a artist, writer, is all in my collection. I don't have any Burt Bacharach records where he's singing, but I've got his music. And Bruce brought it up a perfect song to encapsulate his importance as a writer. What the world needs now is love. And he was primarily the writer of the music. I think wrote some words. He was with Hal David. Years ago, I watched a really good documentary about him, and how important Dionne Warwick was to him. And she was one of my boyhood crushes, Dionne Warwick. And she's still alive and kicking and involved. That's something I was thinking about. It's like Burt Bacharach is an example of a person who has lived so long that people have forgotten about him. Some of the comments that were online about his passing was, I thought he was already gone. He was in his 90s. Oh, to live that long. To live so long that you're forgotten. I mean, that's the case. I mean, no one's talking about Tina Turner. She's still alive, thankfully. I think Quincy Jones just turned 90. My sister Adrian's friend, Dick Van Dyke, the actor, he's in his 90s. He's still kicking butt and going to the gym almost every day. So Burt Bacharach. I played this yesterday. This is Tjader sounds out Burt Bacharach. And this is wonderful. This is instrumental, and yet the version of What the World Needs Now on here is one of my favorites because of the way that Tjader arranges it. It's just one of those. I'm not going to play it. Look it up. But he's written so many amazing songs. It's just like song after song after song. Huge hits. And not hits, but just important songs. Anyone Who Had a Heart, Message to Michael, I say a little prayer, walk on by, you'll never get to heaven. I mean, I can't, you could just go on and go on and go on. So again, that's rest in peace, Burt. Another giant has passed. The reality of time and the clock, it doesn't stop for anyone. It's ticking on all of us, isn't it? So what else is going on, people? What's happening over here is in a couple hours, I have a recording um, um, scheduled a recording session scheduled here at the house with Blake and his horn. I The Golden Gaunt people, see, again, I'm human. It's like I get requests really fairly regularly, and a lot of them I say no to because they don't hit me right. It doesn't feel like something it doesn't hit me. That email from Jamie just hit me right. And then also, I like overall, I just like how his deal goes, the Golden Gonk. It's like this independent kind of left of center stuff going on, and it has this life, and yeah, I'll be a part of that. you know I see myself as an outsider, people. I always have, and in many ways proudly so. I don't want to. The mainstream just seems lost to me. I don't associate with that. I don't care about the Super Bowl, and especially organized sports. Man, that seems like to me, it really seems like that's one of the big sucks on human intelligence. It's not even worth arguing about, though, is it? It's not worth arguing about anything. So I want to blow this up before I dive into some deeper reviews of the Moon June stuff, because I'm looking at it. I've got about 20 new CDs from Moon June to review. Plus, I want to give a good overall to the last thing I got from Richard Johnson. But I want to get back and tell you this. I was telling you about this Mana Mirage Autobiographie. Brand new CD just was released last Friday. Dave Newhouse, formerly of the Muffins. The Muffins' first album was called Mana Mirage. I remember discovering this band myself on my own back in the 70s, on the hunt for interesting and unusual music. Soft Machine, Caravan, Gong, those bands were already established in my life as hugely important and some of the best music in the world to me. So when I discovered this American band, the Muffins, playing in that style, I was floored, and I was immediately captivated. Dave Newhouse of Mana Mirage is one of the main folks from the Muffins, and he continues the legacy of that wonderful music on his latest and his last Mana Mirage CD. He'll continue to make music, but apparently this is the last one to come under this name, Autobiographie. I'm thrilled beyond words to be on this, but this is what's so cool about this. This is one of my albums of the year already. The last couple times I played this starts off with a bang. Really, really cool. Phantosmia, or Phantasmia, however you say it. Starts off with a bang, and several different elements going on in the one piece itself before it moves on to the next phase. This is really well programmed. Dave, I know you watch this, but folks, this is a wonderful excursion musically. It moves so well from one, I'll even call them vistas, from one vista image to the next. It's gorgeous, and it's got this beauty about it. And Instant Cloud Effect is one of those tunes for me. It's one of those special things. It's the kind of music I'm looking for, and it's on here. Instant Cloud Effect. And it just keeps getting better until the end, which is the final track. Hope feels like an ending. It does. And the thing that, I'm listening to it the last time, and we get to Love Song for a Country, which it's building towards. And I'm thinking, God damn, that's me on the bass. This is such an honor. This is one of already. This is one of the best records of the year. I can see myself saying at the end of this year, providing I'm still here, hopefully, yeah, this is one of the best that came out in the year 2023. It's a limited edition. It might be sold out or close to it anyway, but you ought to get this, people. This is wonderful music. Wonderful. And there's a spark of positivity and hope like the last. That's the thing that I'm struggling. There's this positivity, there's a underlying sense of positive humanity in this music to me, and in particular in the way Dave does his music, his horn playing. I think he's a good example of someone whose best work wasn't done in their youth. There used to be, I say it used to be, for me it used to be. I used to think this, that yeah, people do their best work when they're young and they burn out. That's not true. People have been proving this over and over and over again as rock and roll has grown up since the 50s. The original wave in the 60s and 70s, we thought, well, it'll never get any better than this. And in some ways, it hasn't. But those people who made those iconic, amazing songs, some of them are still making wonderful music. They're not done. Let's say Dave Newhouse is an example of that. So I don't have anything to show. So I didn't play. I only played one record yesterday because I'm back. I have a recording session today with Blake, as I said, and I'm back. I'm back in mode. Creative mode. But I played this one side, Koesaeme, Obanikeshi, however you say this, on the orange milk label. So I really do like electronic music and stuff that's. It's like I have to have okay, yeah, I do. It's like I love the contrast. I can talk about. I just talked to Leonardo. He wants me to let him know when I talk about any of the releases he sent me, and I want to do some dedicated reviews. But I'm going to go ahead and do a pre-review, which is a review, but I haven't gotten all the way through the record, so that's what I'm trying to qualify. So this is called Anchor and Burden. This is a brand new release on Moon June. Look at that. I love covers and artwork like that where it's like I'm immediately intrigued. I'm immediately wondering, what am I seeing? But I'm drawn to it. This is a brand new release called Kosmonautik Pilgrimage. And this is Marcus Reuter, I think that's how you say his name, is I think the person who kicked this project off. I like these graphics a lot. Yes. Mr. Reuter seems to be very prolific, very busy, plays with everyone, plays a lot, is good, is a very interesting player, and definitely is in this mode of people like Robert Fripp, Trey Gunn, Tony Levin. This music is in the cross section of where King Crimson and what was the other band? Yeah, it's like a cross section in many ways of King Crimson meets not Canterbury, no, it'd be more like Rock in Opposition. I like this. I didn't get all the way through it. It sounds like the cover. It's very King Crimson-y. So let me make this contrast. So to me there's a lot of sun and nature and warmth in the Mana Mirage Canterbury area of music. It's very warm. This is searching and exploring, and there's a sense of sometimes danger or uncertainty. It's like things are in the process of forming, which is one thing I have to say about some of this music on Moon June, which I have noticed about this area, because the Moon June catalog does deal with a lot of music that's in this King Crimson rock and opposition area. But there's a lot of improvisation in it, going on in it. And to my ears, there's a lot of searching going on in the music. Excuse me. So when these things finally settle into a groove, or they finally settle into a picture that is more focused, I like that. I enjoy the exploration, but that's, like I said in the last video, sometimes after a while, listening to music like this, and this one is one of them, I'll feel like I'm drifting out to sea, and where are we going? Where is this going? And it's not that that's a bad thing, but I'm speaking for myself. I like it, and then I need to touch base. And this music does, okay? I haven't gotten all the way through this. And I'm speaking in general about Moon June, but what I'm saying is there in a lot of the music, it's instrumental, it's mostly, there's vocals, it's focused on the playing and the interaction of the musicians. It seems like a lot of this music is improvised or created on the spot. And so people naturally take their time to gel. But one of the things that I learned from a musician who I'll name, Luke Polipnik, younger fella, who is a good player, but he said, you know, when it comes to improvisation, don't be afraid to stick your toe out there. Go ahead and claim something and stick to it and see what happens. Because I've experienced this a lot in improvising. People will like be jamming but waiting. In a way, we're waiting. People are waiting. Who's going to do something, you know? I learned, even before Luke, actually, I got it from my dad and Miles Davis, but Luke solidified the way he put it. It's like, you're right. Someone has to break the ice. Someone has to step out and establish something for others to jump on. And that happens with the Moon June musicians. Some of the recordings, I wish it would happen sooner. That's a general thing. But the most important thing I'd like to say is, if you are a King Crimson fan, a Tony Levin fan, Peter Gabriel, any of that stuff, check out Moon June Records in general, and this new one, Anchor and Burden. This is actually really very cool. Okay? All right, I've babbled on enough. That and Mana Mirage. And rest in peace, Mr. Burt Bacharach. Take care, people. Talk to me.